This is Cooking at Kaleo. I'm so excited to teach you guys how to make pulled pork today. It's so versatile. Today I'm gonna make barbecue pulled pork sliders, but I also love to use this same exact pulled pork to make tacos or burrito bowls or a salad even. It's just so delicious. You guys are gonna love it. So we're gonna use a 4-pound pork shoulder, which I'll show you in a minute. We are gonna add some oil to our pan, so you're gonna need some avocado oil. We're gonna use some chicken broth to cook it in. This is a braised recipe today. We're gonna use our oven. I also love to use my crock pot for braising. Braising is just a new cooking term for you guys, and it just means to cook something in a little bit of liquid at a low heat for a long time. My favorite way to do that is in the crock pot, but today I'm using the oven because we're at Kaleo. So, chicken broth for braising. Salt, pepper, and garlic powder for seasoning. We're keeping it neutral, but if you want to do this for tacos, you can always add some cumin, some chili powder, even taco seasoning would be delicious. Then I'm gonna add my favorite barbecue sauce, Sweet Baby Ray's, some Hawaiian slider rolls, I love these things, and your lidded sauce pot. This is called a Dutch oven. So this is really a key ingredient for braising things in the oven. You want a big pot that has a lid on it that fits tightly, because you are gonna put your pork in there and it'll steam and get all yummy and braised in this pot. Let's get started. I got my oven preheating to 300. I put my big pot on the stovetop with a little bit of oil in it, about 2 tablespoons, and I turned the heat up to a 7. That's about medium high. So now we're gonna season up this pork and get it searing in our hot pan. So lots of salt. We're seasoning up every side. Garlic powder, pepper, lots of seasonings. It's really big, so you can do a lot of seasoning on it. And just toss it, rub it all around, all over the pork. Do the other side, and then we're gonna get it in the pan. I seasoned up the pork shoulder on all sides, and then I got it into this hot pan. And I think you guys can hear it. It's really sizzling. You wanna sear it on all sides for about 3 or 4 minutes. What you're looking for is just a nice brown color, like as it's searing on the outside. That adds a lot of flavor. So sear it for 3 or 4 minutes, then flip it with a fork to the other side. You're gonna wanna do that on all sides. And then once it's nice and seared, we'll deglaze the pan with some chicken broth, and then we'll get it in our 300-degree oven. While our pork shoulder is sizzling away on the stovetop, we're gonna chop up our garlic. So I just put these cloves of garlic in the microwave for about 7 seconds. That makes them a lot easier to peel. Here's how you peel garlic. You just put your knife on top, give it a good smash. That makes it come out of its peel really easily. And then you just run your knife over it one way, turn it, and dice it the other way. You just want, you kind of keep doing this until they're the size that you want. We're looking for about that size, little 1/8 of an inch pieces, pretty much. I'm gonna chop all that up, and then we'll put it on our pork shoulder before we put it in the oven. Our pork shoulder is seared nicely on all sides. Can y'all see the kind of brown, golden brown color that we got all over it? It's gonna be so delicious. The browning kind of adds a lot of flavor. So now we're gonna deglaze our pan. We're just gonna put it back on the heat and pour some chicken broth on top, and that'll kind of boil it up, and you just scrape all the little brown bits that have gathered at the bottom. That adds a lot of flavor to our cooking liquid. Okay, so that is deglazed. I'm gonna put the pork back in the pan. Okay, and then we're just gonna get our chopped garlic and put it right on top. Cover it with the lid and put it in our 300-degree oven for about 45 minutes per pound. So that's about 3.5 hours for my pork shoulder. Our pulled pork is out of the oven. Look at how brown it is. Look at all that yummy liquid. This is how you know it's done, when you can just pull it apart with a fork. Look at how tender it is. So I'm gonna put this in a glass dish next to me right here, and then I'm just gonna shred it all up. I'll show you what the finished product looks like. I just shredded up all the pulled pork. It took me less than a minute. It falls apart so easily. If yours is not falling apart easily, you can put it back in the oven for another 30 minutes and just keep it cooking, and that will help it fall apart. Our pulled pork is all shredded up. Let me show you guys how I like to eat this. I like to put a little bit of pulled pork on my slider bun, top it with some pickles, a little bit of barbecue sauce, and it's ready to go. I hope you guys enjoy these pulled pork sliders. I hope you use this pulled pork on tacos, burrito bowls, whatever you like. And we'll see you next time on Cooking at Kaleo.